Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of The Upgrade Effect. This is number 8. Can you believe that? Episode number 8. Some of you have been rocking with us. Welcome back. Those of you who are new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share, please, because when you do those, all three of those things, we got the big three, it kind of boosts up the algorithm and it helps us to get the message out of which we're trying to portray. This is episode number 8, and I'm calling this episode The Mentor Effect. Who's helping you upgrade? That's a good question. Who's helping you upgrade? Every upgrade in your life won't come from something you learn. Every upgrade in your life might not come from something you learn. Sometimes it comes from someone you meet. I want you to write that down. Every upgrade in your life don't always come from something you learn. Sometimes it comes from someone you meet. And everyone talks about the importance of having a mentor, but we don't always talk about what a real mentor-mentee relationship actually looks like. So mentorship isn't just somebody giving you advice. You got to cut that out of your head. Got to get that out of your head. It ain't just coming in advice. It's trust. It's accountability. It's being willing to have an uncomfortable conversation. It's having somebody who can see something in you that maybe you haven't learned or you probably can't see in yourself yet. And here's something I've learned. While you're mentoring somebody else, sometimes they're teaching you. They're teaching you too. So welcome to this podcast today. Sit back, relax. As you can see, I got a special guest joining me today. We're going to have a conversation. So remember, I always say a long pencil or a long pen is better than a short memory. So go get something to write with. Come on, let's get on. Call somebody. Let them know. PDA finally has a guest on. He's not talking themselves. It's going to be a little different dialogue today. But I believe that most of you that have a lot of questions about being helped and about someone helping you make decisions or get to the next level, I believe those questions will be answered on today. That's why I wanted to have this conversation with someone that I've actually had the privilege of mentoring. I had to actually have the privilege of mentoring. I'm going to give you a funny story first real quickly. The person I'm bringing on today, those of you that know me, know PDA, know my family, y'all already know exactly who he is. So we're going to really kind of have fun with this one, and we'll get right into it. But today I'm going to introduce to the Upgrade Effect for the very first time, right this, episode 8, the very first guest will be none other but the Mr. Dallas Batiste, a.k.a. Dallo Magic, aka the food critic guy, aka the NBA player on what do you call it, M2K, whatever y'all want to call him. So here it is, Dallas. Welcome to the Upgrade Effect.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Yes, sir. Before we get into everything, tell everybody first of all who you are, and tell them who you were when we first met compared to who you are today, and also tell them where you work and all that kind of stuff, and tell them what you do.
Okay, so again, thank you for having me. My name is Dallas Batiste. I was born in Galveston, and I was raised in the southwest side of Houston, A-Leaf. Graduated from Hastings, wound up going to University of Houston, Victoria, and of course now I'm back in school. I work at Star Pipes Productions.
Yeah.
Used to work for the post office, and then I used to be a coach.
Yes.
For 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Enjoyed it. Really want to get back into that, but God has different plans for me right now. Who I were a long time ago when I first met you. Let's just say that I didn't too much have an understanding about life. Didn't know what direction I wanted to go to. I just know that I had to have a job and I had to have some type of benefits to support my habits and stuff that I needed.
That's good. So let's get right into this. Let's talk about how the mentorship started.
Okay.
All right, let's get right into segment number 2. Let me give you a couple questions. You just float away, way God gives you, what you feel. This is the Upgrade Effect. Remember, I want you to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Also, Dallas is a part of the Level Up Solution Group. You know, we're rocking our Level Up Solution company, Level Up Solution Group LLC. He is our client liaison in that particular entity. So we're excited about that. What do you remember about when we first met? What do you remember about when we first met?
When we first met, man, that's been about almost 10 years if you think about it. When we first met, I remember Destiny had to get a new phone. And she like, hey, I need you to take me to my parents' house to get my phone.
Mm.
I said, all right, that's fine. You know, and to the point where I feel like I work for the post office, so it's going to automatically leave a good impression to the parents. Right. Run the doorbell. I said, hey, it's a nice house, man. Run the doorbell. She said, hey, we here. Walk in. I say, oh, he's sitting right in his recliner.
Right.
I said, hey, how you doing? I'm such and such. And he just, you just looked at me.
Yeah.
Shook my hand. He said, all right.
That's good.
And, when you told the story about when I said, oh, what you watching? Basketball, basketball, football game. And you changed the channel. It didn't hit me right away.
Right.
But, you didn't give me a bad vibe.
Right.
Right? You were still respectful.
That's good.
It's just, you're just like, who's this guy that's talking to my daughter?
Yeah. That's a transition. Every father will make that. You'll make that soon. Where, when your first daughter meets someone, you'll have that transition. Now you can have a little bit more. So I can kind of mentor you in that. That's an awesome thing. Hey, I know everybody wants to know this, and I know they want to know this. How did you get the name Dallas?
So my dad is a big Cowboys fan, and so at first it was supposed to be Michael Irvin Batiste, then my mom was like, no, we're not doing that. So then my dad said, what about Emmett? Yeah, my dad was like, Emmett Smith Batiste. And she was like, we can't do that either. She said, well, just do Dallas.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how.
That's cool. Yeah, back in the day, I had a friend who played basketball with me in Weimar when I transferred from Madison to Weimar, and his name was Dallas. And so that's why I was familiar with the name. So did you immediately see me as someone who could mentor you?
Not right away.
Okay, good.
Only because I was still trying to figure you out. Mm-hmm. I was still trying to figure out where me and her were going to go as far as how far we were going to take it. And it was just, I had to see what type of person you were, because I thought I was being mentored by somebody at one point in time. I remember telling you about it, but it wasn't to the extent that it should have been. Yeah. And things happen. People go their separate ways. I think he just had other things he had to worry about, and so I was always looking for a mentor, but not on purpose. Yeah. I know I needed somebody to mentor me in life. Right. Because I knew at the time I wasn't going down the right path.
That's it. Because people need to understand that sometimes in life there is a handoff of people. Yeah. The Bible speaks of that you would have many fathers. It doesn't talk about you'll have many biological fathers. Yeah. But it means that in life sometimes certain people will walk you to a certain point, and then it's time to switch to another point, to another person. So it's good. It's good that you had that information that was available to you, to each person that hit you. So, what made you trust me enough to receive advice from me? That's what I think a lot of people miss that. How do you trust people enough to receive advice? And on this past Sunday, I talked a little bit about trust in a way that it gives you peace, how to protect your peace, and I talked about that on Sunday. But what made you trust me enough to receive advice from me? Because that's very critical.
I think it was our first meeting, and it was just a meeting, just an introduction of mentorship. Mm-hmm. I remember talking to my mother-in-law, and she was like, you two guys are the same. Okay. And she said y'all was similar as far as growing, as you got older in your 20s and you started doing certain things. She said, I could see you doing some of the things he done. Right. And so trusting in you didn't push it on me. Yeah. You didn't force nothing on me. You didn't say, hey, I'm a pastor, you got to live this way to date my daughter. Yeah. You were more welcoming. You were cool, funny. Yeah. And you just I thought you was like another uncle on one of my uncles at one point in time. And so I knew that you would judge me, so it was a lot easier to come talk to you.
Yeah. So those of you watching me for the very first time, I'm PDA. He mentioned I'm a pastor. Not only I'm a strategist, a consultant, leadership coach, but I am a pastor. So that's a great thing to know. So let me ask you this real quickly. What did you think having a mentor was going to be like? And that's a question that we'll come back to that one because you did already have one. Yeah. But what did you think that having me as a mentor was going to be like?
At first, I didn't know what to expect. You you think about it. I'm dating. Now I'm married to your daughter, but at the time I was dating your daughter, and you're my mentor.
Right.
So
that was a good one.
And in my mind, I'm like, I only can tell you a certain amount of things because I don't know.
Trust
I don't know where to go with it because if I tell you something bad, this dude can't be dating my daughter like that,
right?
And so it was to me it was a little.
That's good, yeah.
Kind of shaky at first, and not because of you, it's just because of the relationship, I have with your daughter.
Yeah, there's people watching us right now trying to figure out how in the heck did you allow a mentor relationship with somebody who you're dating. So that's good. So let me ask you this last question. Listen, those of you don't understand what we're doing it's called Life Savings Mentorship. It's a nonprofit. Listen, if you have anyone, no matter how old you are, I know a lot of times people think mentorship is for people who, like we're mentoring young people. No, we all raise people to mentor young people. We do mentor young people. But one of my latest mentors was about a year, probably the same age a year, me just went to be with the Lord. Rest in peace, John Chris Ware, a.k.a. Kool-Aid. But I was his mentor. We were on the same age level, so it don't have to be. You got to be always somebody younger. It can be a friend of yours that can see some value in you that you can mentor. So let's go to segment 3 real quick. Let's talk about what people get wrong about mentorship. Have I ever told you something? People, this is what when we get into segment 3, I want to kind of preference where we're trying to go because they think that the mentor-mentee relationship is all about making people feel comfortable around them or making people hear. This is what gets critical because you spoke of that early. That is there's a thin line of what you can say at first. Yeah. Until you have to get the trust. Man, we talked about the trust, the mentorship. Have I ever told you something you didn't want to hear, and I had to tell you?
Plenty of times. For most of the people that don't know, he's my pastor. He was my boss. He still is my boss. He's my father-in-law and mentor. That's 4 things. And so I got the pleasure of working with you at Faith West for 3 years. And there's been times where you've told me stuff as far as how to deal with parents, how to deal with kids. And I didn't think that would be the right way or the way I would take it. But I knew that you were telling me this is how to do it because I've been handling these people for 10 years. I've been here for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what you need to do and how you need to do it.
Yeah. Wow. See, a lot of people watching right now, they don't know when correction is coming from love or criticism. And that's the biggest thing ever is that when you're in a mentor-mentee relationship, because some of you watching it right now, y'all be thinking, y'all got people who you can go to, but then you get mad when they tell you something you don't want to hear. And that's what, it's not about, hey, I want you to be my mentor. Then all of a sudden, we tell you something you don't want to hear. Then all of a sudden, you just criticizing me. You got to see that's the difference in a relationship. You got to know when it's coming from love and when it's coming from criticism. And sometimes it's two. Sometimes it's what they call it. Sometimes it's good criticism. Isn't that what they call it? Yeah, constructive criticism. But you still make the decision on your own.
Yeah,
we've always talked about that. Like you make the decision on your own. How many times have we talked? Do you remember where you'll say, you're confused about something or this is what direction you want to go to, and I'll be like, this is how this can look, this is how it can look, but you got to make the decision.
Yeah, you got to make the decision too.
Yeah,
it's either option A or option B.
That's good. I want to go to a fun. Let's go to a fun point, okay. And this is gonna be pretty cool for those watching. Remember, you're watching the Upgrade Effect. Like, share, and subscribe. Most of you are watching on the download, and that's cool. But it'll be better if you subscribe, because when you hit the bell, it'll let you know when we're on. This is good. Go get somebody, call them right now. Tell them we got about 4 more segments left. If you're missing it, you can rewind it later and watch the first 15 minutes that you missed. Let's get to something fun real quick. Okay. I like to call this segment the question I've been waiting to ask. The question I've been waiting to ask. So, what is something I told you that changed the way you think or live? What's something that I told you? This is what I've been waiting to ask. Not the question you've been waiting to ask. Yeah. This is what I've been waiting to ask. This is the mentor waiting to ask the mentee a question. Here it is. Let's have fun with this. What's something that I've told you that I don't even know, because we just talk about all kind of stuff, right? But what is something that you can remember that I told you that changed the way you think and changed the way you live?
One of the things we had, I remember when we was talking, and I was struggling with the job situation as far as, do I stay at the post office or do I go? Mm. And you was like, you got to do what makes you happy.
That's good.
And when coming what's it called? What I'm trying to say. Coming from you, it kind of like opened my eyes a little bit more, because most people want providers for their daughters. They want their daughters to feel secured and safe. Yeah. And so you took a lot of weight off my shoulders, mm-hmm. telling me, if you're not happy, then go ahead and just leave, right? Yeah. And so you told me, make sure you got a plan, but you took a lot of weight off my shoulders just by saying, hey, weigh your options. I support you no matter what you're doing, but you got to make sure that your mental health is what's best. Yeah,
that's a good one, man. I always say this. That's the question I've been waiting to ask to see where it come from. I've always said this: I'd rather be happy and hungry than to be miserable and full. I know that don't make sense to a lot of you. A lot of you would have thought I would have said I'd rather be happy and full. No, I'd rather just have enough to eat, but I'm happy when I'm going to work, than to be miserable, but my refrigerator is full, but I'm miserable, right? What is the sense? Because what's going to do is you're going to gain 40, 50, 60 pounds because you got the food in the refrigerator, but you're going to overeat because of binge eating and all that kind of emotional stuff and doing that. So that's good. That's a question I've been waiting to ask. Segment 5 is a good one. I've been waiting to ask. See, I'm having fun right now. Like those of you that know, this is the segment for every mentor that wants to talk to the mentee, in front of everybody. But this one I'm gonna call segment 5. You never told me that. You never told me that. So the question is, what's something about our relationship, something I did or something I said that impacted you, but you never told me?
When we first started this mentorship, mm-hmm. Back in 2018, you had told me that no matter what happens between me and her relationship, right, I will always be there for you. And when we had our disagreements and falling out, I remember I was coming home from work.
Let's stop right there. He's talking about him and his wife, which is my daughter. we haven't had those disagreements and fallouts. All right, you go right ahead. Because they married. I mean, real talk. Y'all be sitting there thinking nobody has disagreements. Now you go ahead.
And so I was on the way home, and I had a bad day at work, and me and her wasn't talking. It was about 3 months we wasn't talking, and I needed somebody to talk to because I was struggling with whatever I was going through. Right. And I text you and I said, hey, I'm feeling down and low. And you responded within, I want to say, a minute. And you say, hey, where are you at? I can meet you right now. Right. And when you did that, I was like, oh, he's for real. He's the real deal. Yeah. And so then that's when I knew I can trust you with anything I tell you.
That's it. If you're watching me, man, you need a mentor. Hit us up. In fact, it's time for me to take him to the next level in Lifesavers, which he's going to start mentoring young people and doing some great things. In fact, you've already been doing some great things. We just got to get you back to it. I remember when you were going to spiritual encounter and we were able to spend a little time with young people and doing some great things, because that's going to be in later down the line, let you know that's going to be your next push in life. But I'm glad you told me that. Now let's get to this one real quick in segment 6. Let's talk about this, because most people, all they think about when they think about mentorship, we go into the game. Yeah. We do a lot of that stuff too. We have a good time. Some of the best times, like, people don't get to say this. This is critical. People don't get to say that you get to do everything in your life you ever enjoyed to do. And that's what I've always taught you, right? Yeah. We teach you how to enjoy things, but then we teach you that just because you got to switch don't mean that later you can't come back and do what you got to do. You enjoy things. Nobody would never be able to say this, and I'll be able to say this. And I was talking to somebody the other day in the context that I'm in now. That I am in the part of my life when I'm enjoying everything I do. Yeah. Right? I'm able to pastor, speaker, coaching still. I love coaching still. I'm not done with that. Able to coach. And then I was telling somebody the other day, I was able to coach with my daughter and my son-in-law. That's something a lot of you can't even. All of you watching right now, you'd be lying if you saying that you can do that. Yeah. Right? I mean, if you are, hit me up. I'll send you a gift card today. But I'm able to coach with the both of them. And there were some times where we can be doing coaching and mentorship is taking place without even having a session and chilling. We can chill. Like, there was times where we'll be at a game, like we was in Conroe Covenant, and where we almost had to get into it with somebody together, and then we could eat on the way back. You know, in coaching, people come at you, and so but it's it's a fun thing. So let's talk about this real quick. When mentorship gets uncomfortable, because a lot of people think like, it's all roses all the time. Yeah. But it does become an uncomfortable thing when you do have to mention some things to people. Yeah. Is that good? Yeah. Have there been times when you knew what I was going to tell you, so you almost didn't call me? Yeah. It's uncomfortable.
It's plenty of times. And I think that's what builds up your mentor and mentee relationship, is when you have those uncomfortable conversations, when you have those things that I know I don't want to hear it from you, right, but I know I have to tell you because I need this input, I need this guidance, I need this wisdom that you're going to give me, because I don't know what direction I'm going in, right, and I'm coming to you because you've been there, you've done it, you've seen all these things. You've lived a longer life than I have, right, and you have more experience in these things than I do. Yes. So I know that I'd rather feel uncomfortable and knowing where I'm going than feel uncomfortable and just running around with my head cut off.
Yeah. I've always told you, and that's the one thing we're trying to teach you, is that we're trying to teach you speed. It came from Dr. Darius Daniels. Thank you, Dr. D. One time we were talking at Dr. Ari Vernon house, and he says, I've learned speed from Dr. Vernon. Dr. Darius Daniels is a prolific speaker all around the country before he met Dr. Vernon. And so somebody would be like, well, why do you need him to mentor him when he's a prolific speaker speaking all over the place? He said, because one thing I don't have is how to love my wife or how to do those things. And I need speed. So I looked at it and I said, what do you mean by speed? Meaning that I'm trying to get somewhere faster. It's okay. My wife and I pray that y'all get somewhere faster than we do. We pray that that you get this quicker. A lot of parents are in competition with their kids and all that kind of stuff. They get jealous of the fact that they get. But when you're in a good mentee-mentor relationship, you should have speed. And then know the difference. This is what everybody needs to listen to me right now. Go ahead and lean up. This is a lean up moment. I don't think we had a lean up moment today, but you need to listen to me right now. There's a difference between wisdom and making the decision. Yeah. I tell everybody I talk to, I will never make the decision for you. Yeah. I will only give you the wisdom to make the decision. Let me say that again. I will never give you a decision. I will give you wisdom, and with the wisdom, you can make the decision. So, have you ever remembered a time when you took the wisdom and made decision? You took the wisdom and made decision.
Yeah, it was a time at a basketball game. We were playing home, and I want to say we were playing. I can't remember. It wasn't Cypress Christian. It was another team we played, and we were beating them pretty bad. And you came to me and you said, "Hey, you may want to pull back." He said, "Because I don't feel like hearing nothing what the board got to say because you're beating this team 30-4 and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh man!" And I was like, "Well, they keep pressing. What you want me to do?" And you said, "Just tell them don't score the ball."
Yeah.
And so I called timeout. And as much as I want to run the score up, I said, "Hey, you guys, just swing the ball. We can't. I say, if y'all don't want to get in trouble, y'all want me to get in trouble. I said, listen. I said, just swing the ball. I said, if you open, take the shot.
Yeah.
I said, but just try your best to pass. I said, we got 2 minutes left. Let's just hold the ball as much as possible."
Yeah, I remember that time. In fact, I wanted you to run the score. But the wisdom in the fact is that we would get that temporary pleasure, but not the long-term satisfaction.
Exactly.
And what happens is that when you're dealing with the context which we were in, you are judged by it rather than praised for it. And so that's what you get. You know, but then again, like I've always told many people, it's still a decision whether you can do it. I told it was another decision one time with Coach, one of my varsity boys, Coach John Harris, and he'll tell you about this, a long story. They sat back one time. They was playing a team, and it was at 96, and it was like a minute left, and they wanted to get to 100.
Yeah.
And I told them, I'll pull out, but if you want to, go ahead and take the 100. If whatever satisfies you, you're going to eat it the rest of your life. So that was just some good things. There's going to come a time in your life where you're just going to run it up. But then at the time where you're trying to build your resume, you know, there's just some wisdom we get you, but you have to make the decision. Let's go to the last. I hope y'all enjoying this. We got about 3 minutes left. And we're going to go to our last segment. And in the last segment, I told him earlier, not only is he being mentored, but what did I always told you? Dr. R.A. Vernon always said, don't tell me who you over till you can tell me who you're under.
Yeah. Right?
And right now Dallas is on because he said I'm under PDA. But guess what? It's going to be a time when somebody's going to be under Dallas.
Yeah.
And so my question is, are you ready to become a mentor?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I know, like, working at the school, I was able to mentor a lot of these kids. Even to this day, some of the kids that I feel like I was mentoring, they still text me, they still call me if they have any issues or problems, check up on me. If they need any advice, they still, reach out. And so it's good knowing that with me only being 30 and they're still, they look at me, they say, hey, I need some advice. I'm nothing but 30 years old.
Yeah.
And so it's good knowing that I can help these kids.
Yeah.
And it's still wisdom that whatever I've learned and whatever I've been through.
Yeah.
Able to just ease their mind.
Yeah, because I feel like that I'm going to tell you this real quickly. Mentorship is all about leading, and it's all about what you do more than what you've done.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Leadership is all about what you do, not more than what you've done. A lot of people think they've done some great things so they can lead people, they can mentor people. It's not about your resume. It's about your results.
Yeah.
And so what happens is, even, I'm going to tell you this, you have Star Pike Products.
Yeah.
Even just because you've left the school's context, don't mean that there's some people that you can mentor at Star Pike Products because of what you're doing. And God can put you in so many different contexts that will help you lead so many different people. I believe there's somebody out there watching us right now, and you're saying, I need a mentor. Lifesavers is always here for you. I'm here for you. I know Level Up Solutions Group, we do consulting, leadership coaching, and all that kind of stuff. That's life coaching. We talked about 3 to 4 weeks. We talked about life coaching, but there's a time, the level where you're going to need a mentor in your life. And somebody might want to come alongside and say, let me try Dallas, and I'm pretty confident that he can spend some time with you, and you might be afraid to kind of want to spend time with PDA. I don't want to, just feel funny. I still shake a little bit. So, but you might want to spend time with Dallas. I'm very confident that he can be a person that can lead you. We wouldn't have put him up in a Level Up Solution Group shirt if he couldn't lead you. So thank you for tuning in today. I hope this was, we had a good time. You felt good on the upgrade effect.
Yeah, I didn't expect some of these questions you gave me.
Yeah,
they pretty good.
That's pretty good. Well, thank you for coming on, man. We're on the upgrade effect. I always like to leave you with something. Let me tell you this: to upgrade in your life, you got to always vent up and never vent down. What that means? Everyone watching me needs a mentor. Until the next episode. This is episode number 8. Dallas Baptiste was on the call. Hit him up. Dallo Magic, the food critic guy, NBA 2K champion, whatever you want to call him. We're leaving out right now the upgrade effect. Y'all like that music? Y'all be blessed while it goes.